guys, I'm Anna, and you finally get to see the face behind the hands. I'm really excited for today's video. It's going to be a little bit of a different type of video. I recently found out about the Minecraft channel Fresh Face Talent Search, and so this is going to be my entry for that contest. Today I'm going to show you guys how to create a mini album. I love creating mini albums for a couple different reasons. They are definitely an instant gratification type project. You can sit down in a couple afternoons and have the entire album completed, which is really nice. Especially for new scrapbookers, it's less of an intimidating project because it's on a smaller scale, but they're also perfect for seasonal scrapbookers as well. You can incorporate lots of different techniques, and you can make them as simple or as involved as you want. The album that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today, it's going to be a 21st birthday gift for one of my friends, but you could create this album for any girls' night out. It would be great for a bachelorette party. There's a lot of different things that you could do with this album. Now you're probably going to think I'm crazy, but I actually cut this out on my Cricut and I used the From My Kitchen cartridge, and a lot of you are probably like, what? You can get that type of album from a kitchen cartridge? And you can. So you kind of have to look at your Cricut cartridges in a more creative way. They don't just have to be just for whatever they say. You can totally look at them in a more creative way. So you don't just have to look at them and think, oh, this is only for kitchen or recipe stuff. No, you can totally create these images to do whatever you want them to do. And again, they're totally customizable because you can, choose your size, you can choose your colors, your themes. It's just, the possibilities are really endless with these. So when you purchase a cartridge, you don't just have to look at them as, okay, this is only for kitchen stuff, or this is only for little girls, or only for Christmas. You can take those images and make them work for you, so you can get more bang for your buck out of your cartridges, because they are a little bit more expensive, but if you look at them more creative, you can definitely use them more than just for certain types of projects. So today I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to actually create and construct your album. Okay, so this is the album that we're going to be creating today. You can see that it is a really cute shaped mini album as a martini glass. I'll just flip through it really quickly and then we'll get started. Materials that you're going to be needing are some pattern paper, and the pattern paper that I chose is from We Are Memory Keepers, and it's the Girls Night Out paper collection, and it's so cute. It has some really nice bright colors. We're going to need some cardstock, and this is what I use to create my actual pages with. So you'll just need some cardstock, and you'll want it to be heavier weight cardstock, some chipboard. This is for your front and back covers. I've never had any issues with running the chipboard through my Cricut, but if you're a little weary about sending chipboard through your Cricut, like I said, I've never had any issues, but if you just wanted to cut down cereal boxes or cracker boxes or anything like that, you can put that through, and it's a really thin chipboard. You can cut that out with your Cricut and just layer that up twice, the same weight as this thinner weight chipboard. Okay, so now we're ready to start cutting out our pieces with our Cricut, and like I said before, we're going to be using the From My Kitchen cartridge. It is the martini glass, and it's on page 60 of your handbook, and that's what that looks like. This portion of the project, cutting out all of the pieces that you need, is the most tedious portion, but the Cricut does all the work for you, so you don't really have to do a lot of work, and once you get the cutting done, it's very simple after that. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is I have my Cricut machine already on. We're going to want to cut out this image here, which is the blackout of the martini glass, and the reason that I chose to cut out the blackout which is we're going to be cutting out our front cover first, is because you want your stem here of the glass to be thicker, and the shadow version allows it to be thicker. So we're just going to hit the shadow blackout feature and then our martini glass, and you can see over here it will pop up in the viewfinder, and just make sure that it's the shadow version. And you're going to want to set your size to 10 by 3/4. So we're going to be cutting out our chipboard first. For our blade depth, we're going to be choosing 6, and then for our speed, I like to do medium speed, and then for my pressure, you're going to want to go ahead and put it on max. And so now we're ready to cut out our chipboard for our front cover and for our back cover. So you'll need 2 pieces cut out of the chipboard. Okay, now that I have those pieces cut out, I'm going to need the cardstock that actually covers the chipboard pieces. So for this particular cut, we're just going to be cutting out just regular cardstock. So we're going to cut out the same exact cut that we just did, but instead we're going to change our speed, and we're going to turn our speed on to high, and then our pressure is just going to be on high as well. And you can leave your blade depth at 6, but I'm going to change mine to 5. That's just where I like to have mine at. And we're going to cut this out of the cardstock. So we're going to need one to cover the front of our front cover, the back of our front cover, the front of the back cover, and then the back of the back cover. So we're going to need to cut this out 4 times. And then we're going to cut it out 1 additional time, and we're going to cut it out in the brown. So I'm going to cut that out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so to create the front cover, it goes together very simply. The first thing that we're going to do is choose our cardstock, and we're actually going to cut off the toothpick part so that we can make sure that the brown portion of it shows. So I'm just going to freehand it and just trim that off. And then for your brown part, you just want to cut off the rest of the glass and just leave a little bit of the circle. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take my glue stick, and this is just a regular glue stick. You can use whatever type of adhesive you prefer, gluing cardstock to chipboard, but I like just a plain glue stick. And you just want to make sure that it's nice and lined up, and it should line up perfectly. Here is the first step. And now what I'm going to do is just go ahead and glue the cardstock portion right over top of that. And again, just taking my glue stick and gluing it down. And our next step would be to actually glue a back piece on, just like we did the front. Okay, and then to make sure that we have a good seal on our front cover, I like to go ahead and use just a plain emery board and just really lightly go along the edges, and this will ensure that you have a really nice seal for your paper to chipboard. That way it doesn't peel up or anything like that, and your front cover will be nice and sturdy. Okay, and then we have the olive that we cut out, and now we'll just get glued down right here, and I'll go ahead and layer my pattern paper right over that, and it will look just like that. So really simple and easy to do. So then to create the back cover, it's essentially the same. The only thing that we're going to do differently is I'm going to go ahead and just cut off the olive portion just like that. You never knew it was missing. And then you're going to do the same thing to the back cover, is just cut that off and glue it down. Our final cuts are going to be for the inside pages. Now I just did mine out of 1 layer of cardstock, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact cut 2 more times out of some cardstock for my interior pages. Okay, so now to cut out the matte pages, we're going to want to cut out this cut right here. So we're just going to hit the shift and then our martini glass, and that will give us what we want for our matte pages. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out for the front of all of my pages. I'm going to cut it out 4 times, so I'll be right back. Okay, now to finish it off, we need to cut out the pages for the back. Now the reason that I'm cutting these out separate than the last step I just did is because you need to do one additional step for the back pages. Now because this isn't exactly symmetrical, and you can sort of see it right here where the glass indents, it's not the same on both sides. So to do the backs of them, we're just going to hit the flip feature, and that will allow us to cut the mats for our pages, and they will line up perfectly 3 times out of my pattern paper. And I'll be right back. And just like we did to the back cover, I'm going to go ahead and cut of the pattern paper to mat on top of it, and it will line up just perfectly like so. And you can use your glue stick or ATG, whatever method you prefer, and you'll glue one to both sides. So I already have a couple of those finished, so that's what they end up looking like. They have a really nice weight to them. Now all you're going to do is punch your holes out, and this is really simple. You can use any size hole punch that you like. Go ahead and just line it up, and then stack your next one on top of there, make a little mark and punch those holes until you have all your pages completed. And that is all there is to creating this album. It's really simple. You would think that it took way longer than it did. There's just a few simple steps of cutting out the paper and gluing it, and there you go. So that's all there is to it. I'd like to thank the Mycraft channel for hosting the talent search, and I can't wait to actually check out your lineup and start watching some shows. I know I'm gonna love the channel. Thank you guys for watching my video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. If it helps my chances at all, I was voted most likely to have her own television show my senior year of high school.